Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. For this video, I'm going to be reacting to another Ray William Johnson video. This is this huge TikTok star is in big trouble. Unfortunately, I do not keep up with TikTok, so I'm not all up on TikTok. So, huge TikTok star, I have no idea who this is. But also, I wonder what she did. So, let's get into the video, and please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below.
Remember this TikToker?
What'd she do?
Her drama had TikTok in a chokehold. Let me tell you what happened to her. Now, her name is Digital Princess, and she's 26, and she's a TikToker living in Florida.
Hey guys, what's up? It is,
And she has built herself an audience of over 2 million followers.
Okay.
Not bad. But one night in 2021, she screws it all up. Because Digital Princess is chilling at home, and she runs into a problem. She really needs to leave the house and go meet up with some friends. Problem is, she has this 4-year-old son. This kid, who we'll just call Lil Guy. And Lil Guy is asleep on his bed.
Okay, so, I don't understand people. If you want to have a free life and not have to worry about other things like kids, then why do you have kids? I don't understand. Even if the child was an accident, too late, now you're a mom, so hello, take up your mom responsibilities.
And she either can't or doesn't want to take him with her. So Digital Princess just leaves. Like, she leaves him there,
Gosh.
and she drives 11 miles away, I guess, to see her friends.
And she doesn't know anyone to like babysit. Like the common thing to do and the responsible thing to do is if you want to meet your friends and you have a kid, then usually you find a babysitter or something. But you can't do that. You couldn't invite your friends to the house or whatever. I don't understand.
Now, at some point, Lil Guy wakes up, and he's probably confused, maybe a little scared, probably calling out for his mom, and she doesn't answer. And once he realizes she's not there, he's like, guess I'll just go outside and look for her. So this 4-year-old kid leaves the house.
Not him
and
going outside.
Wandering the
Okay, so she never taught him to stay in the house, especially at nighttime. Like, that's what she should be teaching him instead of going outside.
Neighborhood late at night looking for his mom. And an hour goes by, and Lil Guy is still out there. But by this point, he's distraught and he's crying, probably feeling super scared. But then, around 10 o'clock, a local woman is out on a neighborhood walk. She sees him and...
Why is everyone walking outside at night? I don't know. Maybe she's on her way home, but if this is the actual woman that found him, usually older people are in their houses at this time. So what's she doing outside?
She's like, what the f*** is a little
Maybe
kid
he's
doing
meant
out
to
on the
be.
road all by himself? And so she takes Lil Guy to a nearby neighbor's house, and she knocks on the door. And she asks this neighbor if he can help figure out who this kid belongs to. And immediately, the neighbor calls the police. Minutes later...
So the lady couldn't call the police herself? Why did she have to go to another house to ask for help? Maybe she didn't have a phone. I don't know.
Police roll up, and they talk to Lil Guy, and they ask him where his mom is, and of course he doesn't know, because he's 4. And so police start walking around the neighborhood, talking to neighbors, trying to figure out where this kid lives. And finally, they find his house.
He doesn't remember where he lives?
It's the only house with the front door left wide open. And so they get the homeowner's number, Digital Princess, and they call her, and they're like, you know, your kid is wandering around out in the street looking for you. And so she immediately starts driving home. Minutes later, she shows up to her house, and there's police officers everywhere. And old Digital Princess is wearing a little black, like, cocktail dress. She's dressed like she just went out to the club. So to everyone there, it looks like she abandoned her kid to go out to some nightclub.
They're right.
And I don't think that's actually true, but whatever. This looks really bad for her. And so she immediately goes inside and changes into pajamas, which was smart. And so police, they start asking her questions like, where the hell were you? Why'd you leave your kid home alone? And Digital Princess is like, oh, I was just out buying laundry detergent at the 7-Eleven.
Let me guess. She's gonna smell like alcohol.
I wasn't gone long. She was allegedly gone 2 hours. And they're like, do you have a receipt for that laundry detergent you say you bought? And she's like, nah. And she ends up showing them a bottle of laundry detergent. But here's the thing, the bottle she shows them is half empty. So she couldn't have just bought it. So police know that this is bullshit. But then Digital Princess's mom rolls up, Lil Guy's grandma, because police had called her as well. And grandma is shook that Lil Guy was left alone. Because, you know, grandmas be protective like that. But also,
So why? Wait, he's gonna say something about the grandma, but before he does, I want to ask, if she's able to come there at this time, why did you not call her first to watch your son in the first place?
grandma happens to live nearby. So Digital Princess could have called her to watch
Hello?
Lil Guy while she was gone, and she didn't for some reason.
She's missing something in her brain.
Grandma drops a bomb.
What?
Where's her nanny? I don't know where the nanny is.
Does she usually have a nanny?
She has a nanny. Yeah, a full-time nanny.
So apparently Homegirl also has a full-time nanny that she probably could have asked to.
Didn't I mention that earlier? Like, people usually get a babysitter or something, and she knows this person, so what's wrong with her? See, some people are not meant to have kids.
Watch Lil Guy. And so all this is looking really bad for her. And so eventually, bam, police arrest her. Here's her mugshot. And they charge her with child neglect while they temporarily hand Lil Guy over to his grandmother. But then, 12 hours later, Digital Princess gets out on bail. So now she's free to go. And it's fine. None of her fans will ever know what she did. And there's not going to be
They're gonna find
any
out.
kind of public backlash from any of this.
Until. How'd I know?
Here's the thing about the internet. The internet likes to talk. And news of Digital Princess's arrest blows the f*** up. And it starts trending. And people hear about it and they're freaking out. And her fans are all mad at her and they're turning on her. Like, how could you do this to your own child? And they're making memes about it. Like, dude, where's my kid? And this drama is everywhere on TikTok. Like in 2021, this was the OJ trial
Dang.
of TikTok. And so now Digital Princess has to
Wait, but
respond.
was this during the lockdown or no? I don't know.
And she has to get on camera and make a statement, and so she does.
Hi guys, I just wanted to come on here and say that I do see your comments, I do see your concerns, and I know there's a lot of things being posted online that are very out of context and very much untrue, so please do not believe everything that you will read on the internet.
But the thing is, people take this as her saying a lot of untrue things are being said about what happened that night. Like, people are lying about the situation. However, people on the internet are like, wait, bro, what untrue things are being said? We read the police report. But so then, Digital Princess seems to get like a little attitude about it, and she doubles down.
People online feel like they are entitled to know everything about my life because I have a platform, and they think that they can demand answers from me about my life.
And also, like, yeah, she did something bad. But I don't know. I feel like some people are way too obsessed with other people's lives, and like, okay, you could leave a comment, but how many comments do you have to leave? How many videos do you have to watch to like leave a comment and like basically stalk her online just to get your point across? Like, yeah, you can have a bad opinion about her. What she did was wrong, but do you not have a life of your own to worry about?
That has nothing to do with them. People online want to act like they know everything about my life, when in reality, you only get
But
to
yeah,
see
like I said, some
15 to
people aren't meant to have
60
kids,
clips of
especially
my life.
And this, of course,
the
makes
reason
the internet
she went
even
out.
more mad at her. Now, around this time, the district attorney's
The
office.
reason she went out, and she has a mom that lives close by, and she has a nanny. So yeah, I agree. Something's wrong with her. She's weird. But so there's people that are obsessed with her and following everything that she does just to leave comments and stuff. I think that's kind of weird too, because don't you have a life? Like, after I react to this video, I'm gonna go back to my life. But they're like all up in her life.
Office, who's prosecuting this case, drops a huge bomb on everyone.
Uh-oh.
They've decided to drop all the charges against her.
Who she
Now,
pay?
it isn't clear if they didn't have enough evidence to prove child neglect or if this was part of some plea arrangement. We actually don't have that information. But now, Digital Princess feels vindicated. Like, she didn't get prosecuted and she has her kid back. She's probably thinking, hell yeah, I beat the whole internet. So then she
There's still like
decides
2
to make
minutes.
a video to explain to her fans and all the internet her side of the story regarding what really happened that night. Here's the thing about that, though. Digital Princess also makes spicy content over on the OF. And she decides to tweet out that she'll only be releasing her explanation video on her OF. And that if you want to see it, you have to subscribe to her account.
You gotta pay money for
This,
that?
of course, makes people even more pissed off. They're like, you're using your child neglect situation to get people to subscribe to your spicy account? What is wrong with you? And yeah, it does feel pretty sleazy. And so I presume, due to all the backlash, she never releases a video explaining what really happened that night from her perspective on her OF. Although she did make other statements elsewhere. But then, 2 years later, in 2023, a YouTube channel called Explore With Us gets a hold of the police body cam footage of her arrest that night, and they release it to the public. And so the world sees that basically everything the police report had said happened that night actually did happen. Like, no one was making anything up. And so now, today, in 2025, you can go to her TikTok page, and pinned to the top is a sort of apology in text. Sort of an apology. Basically, she admits that she made some bad decisions that night, and that she's learned a lot and grown a lot since then. She seems to be in therapy over it, and, you know, it's not a perfect statement, but it's something. And since then, you know, the drama has died down, and she seems to have won some of her fans back. So, you know, good for her.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, what she did was wrong, and yeah, I'm surprised the charges got dropped. Maybe not enough evidence, but yeah, I guess she'll prove it to everyone if that child grows up to be a normal person. But yeah, some people are just too obsessed with other people's lives. Like, they have no life of their own, so of course they're gonna like say whatever they want online because they have nothing better to do in their lives. Like, even people not even in trouble with the law, people still have something to say. So people are going to complain about anything, whether you're doing something good or bad. Of course, this was a bad situation, so people will like say the most. But even other people online that are just doing good stuff, people are going to complain about that too, because people have no lives. They want to complain over anything. But anyway, that is the end of this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Let me know what else I should react to in the comments below. And if you want to see my experiences in Korea, you can check out my first channel, SEKSHI V. And if you want to see my other and if you want to see my other socials, it's right here under my face. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.